This is called Past Self Speaks Out. My name is Lauren. I need you guys to mentally prepare yourself for what I'm going to say. All of it. All of what I'm going to say. The entire hippie generation was a setup. All of it. I can't explain to you what that means. I need you to look into it yourself, and I'm telling you, everything is untrue that you find in the history books, and that's what you're going to find when you look into Black Lives Matter too. They covered up an entire history lesson. And give me a second. Thank you. We're getting food right now. Kelly, would you like to say hello to my fans?
Nope. Nope.
Isn't she pretty?
Nope.
Anyway, that's my sister. I would like to say that my past self did have a younger sister. And I had a mom, a birth mom that died during pregnancy. She had lupus. And I had a really good boyfriend. I've nicknamed him Colin. We were engaged. My engagement before went to war. I'll tell you why I didn't wait. He didn't want to marry me. There is a reason. That's why. He didn't want to marry me, so I didn't want to wait. I had a lot to learn back then, and that's what my dad said too. He said it was the biggest mistake I ever made, is not marrying him. Because my second husband was not as good as my first, according to my dad. And my first husband blamed my second husband, and my second husband blamed my first husband on what went down. But I was a hippie. Why would I get into that? I'll tell you why. They gave us names. My baby went to war. And my dad was a war hero at the time. I assume he didn't reincarnate. But I know my mama did. I don't know where she is though, because I haven't tried to track them down. However, I suspect I have her illness.
You also just drank my drink.
Oops. My bad. That was caught on camera.
Stop.
I suspect she was my sister I had too. I was back to cherry Pepsi. We got Freddy's. I'm considering going vegetarian again. But the reason why I do that is to raise vibrations. Hippies' vibrations were really high in the 60s. They didn't do it. You can agree with the government and agree with... No, you cannot agree with the government and agree with war. They didn't agree with the government. They were speaking out against the government. And the government is the one that set the rest of it up. Because they didn't like what they knew. They were protesting for war peace. So those soldiers could come home early. And they got what they wanted. And they were so angry with them. And that's what I can tell you about my past self. That and both babies were good. I was so young that I saw them both as my babies. I was a horrible person. And I still am. So, because if I met either one of them, whatever karma I have with them would happen. So, and there's this dude in my head named Philip. So this message is for Philip. You are a great guy.